Lots of yeses.
Hello hunters, this is Illusion Weaver here.
Where's the webcam?
Also known as Jeroen van den Bos. Next to me.
Hey guys, this is Bill.
Are we gonna introduce our peeps, or you wanna do that later?
Oh, sorry. We've obviously planned this out really well. So first of all, I think for those of you who don't know, this is the first time Jeroen and I have been in the same space together for over a year.
Yeah.
And so the last time I saw him was on the sidewalk in Bellevue when we lived 2 blocks away from each other. And because of COVID lockdowns and then Jeroen moving, we haven't been able to be in the same physical space in a while. So this is kind of exciting for us as well. But anyway, not only do we have Jeroen and I here, but we have some people who work behind the scenes at Coin Hunt World that we wanted to introduce. And we'll do this kind of as a regular thing where in the future we'll also introduce some other people that work with us. So with that, I'd like to introduce Renee and Nico, and they'll come and say hi.
Hi guys, I'm Nico. I run the sales side.
You're not in the, You're not in the frame.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know how to get you in frame.
Hold on.
Are we delayed or?
Oh, there we go. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
good.
Okay, you can see it. Okay, there you go.
Nico. So I run the sales side. So my goal is to bring more cryptos to the game, so you guys can experience collecting new coins to hunt for.
Awesome.
Okay, hi, I'm Renee van den Bos. I'm known as Renee VDB inside of Discord. So basically I manage our live ops team, which is the team responsible for making sure that your UVs are approved. So I'm the person that does that. I also do many other tasks, making graphics that you guys see pop up on Twitter. So
They
that's
want to
kind
know about the dog. What's the dog name?
Austin. Honorary member.
Yes, absolutely.
All right,
Awesome, guys.
Guys, we have 160 people viewing, and we got to drive this number to 200. If it gets to 200, we're going to give you guys something. So make sure you're reminding all of your friends.
All right, here we go. First slide. So let's give a little iOS update. Sadly, we're still waiting for Apple to approve Coin Hunt World. So no news there yet. Just playing a waiting game. In the meantime, obviously all our test flight slots are full now. We did clean up all inactive accounts. So some people got in, but I think it's full again now. So what we had to do now is we switched over iOS to waiting list mode. If you want to be on the waiting list mode, just go to the website, Coin Hunt World, and click on the iOS button, and then you will reserve your spot in the waiting list. So as soon as we get approval from Apple, we will start letting people in order of the waiting list. Okay, then a quick just a reminder, we have a zero tolerance for cheaters. I think that's the only way to do this game properly, and over the last couple of months we have severely upgraded our arsenal that we use to combat cheaters. And I was going to say something, cool about this, but I saw this post from our beloved support leader, Professor Javier, so I decided just to use his words instead. But yeah, so this is it's just not worth it, pretty much.
Yep, we have a zero tolerance for this. Cheaters in our economy take away from the legitimate players. So, don't do it. Don't get complacent. Don't think that you can do it part-time and get away with it. We want there to be zero cheating in the game, and that way it's completely fair for everyone.
Yeah, and that has an effect on you guys too. That sometimes you will have to do things that are maybe slightly annoying, like photo quests. But we try our best to make it as frictionless as possible. But keep in mind, every time you do get a photo quest and you can prove to us that you're a legit player, it just makes the game stronger for everybody. So we're gonna keep doing that. All right, let's start with the good stuff. What is coming next week? Well, this is of course no surprise. You're all waiting for it. Next week we have the auction house coming up. So I'm gonna just quickly guide you guys through how the auction house works. So you will see obviously a new button in your HQ. So you can only access the auction house from the HQ. So if you tap on that button, you will see first this. You will see buy items, you will see sell items. Both of these buttons are locked and you will need to pay a key to unlock them. It will cost a green key to start buying items, and it will cost a yellow key to start selling items. We do this to make sure that we don't confuse new players to the game. New players don't tend to have a yellow key, and we don't want them to wander into the auction house and start selling resin pucks by one at a time or something. So there is a little bit of a barrier to entry to the auction house, but you know, if you play a little while, that should not be too much. So let's go ahead and start with, let's see what will happen if we start selling an item. So this is what it looks like if you unlocked both of the buttons. So let's go and click on sell items. Right, so you will get our a well-known screen, the conveyor belt, and with these buttons here you can cycle through 3 different types of objects that are in your inventory. The first one is resources, the second one is the blueprints, the last one is cubies. So those are the 3 different types of objects you can put up for sale in the auction house. So let's why don't we sell a blueprint? Okay, so if I click on my blueprints, I see all the blueprints that they are in my possession, and let's sell the snowman cubie blueprint. I don't think many people have that one. So you just drag it into the slot here in the conveyor belt, and then you go to the next screen. And on this screen you will formulate your starting bid, which is pretty much the minimum you want to get out of this item. Oh, sorry, I forgot something. In this screen here, if you drag something on the conveyor belt that has more than one item, let's say you have 10,000 purple paint or something, then you will have the ability to create a stack of the items. So you don't have, obviously you don't have to put paint on the auction one by one. So, and the way this works is very simple. You need to formulate your starting bid by just dragging keys into the cash register. And then once you set your starting bid, you hit confirm button and you get this pop-up here that explains the rules of the auction house to you. Every auction will run for 7 days. This is just for our first version. We want to collect as much data as we can to, you know, to make the second version of the auction house better. And after 7 days, if there was any bid on the auction house, the highest bid will receive your item, and you will receive that final bid value minus 10% auction house fees. And then on top of that, every time you list an item, there is a listing fee of 1 green key. We do this to prevent, you know, troll listings, somebody who lists 1 bucket of blue paint, like 500 different listings in the auction house, and clutters up the entire system. So we don't do that. Right, so now we listed an item. Let's see what it looks like if you want to buy an item. So you just tap on the buy item button, and then you see what's available on the auction house. And the default view is this one here, which is the hottest items. So if you tap on this, or if you just enter the screen, then you will see all the items that have the most bids action on them. So apparently in the test environment with all our development guys, we've been bidding like crazy on this one plumeria flower for some reason. And so for each line you can see the yellow ones, those are common rarity. The red one is a rare rarity. The purple one is epic rarity, and there is also a gold one which is legendary, but obviously there is no legendary items yet in the game. But that's how we can see that. Then the other thing you can see, if you will be able to see how many are listed. So this is just one of flower here, but here for example you see 6 red cubie blueprints. So if you make a stack of something, it will show up here, 12 green paint here. And then here the hourglasses you see, that's how much time is left on the auction. If it's over 4 days, I believe it's 3 clock icons. And then if it's between 1 and 4 days, it's 2 clock icons, and if it's only 1 day left or less, then it's 1 clock item. With this you will be able to sort, so you can only show the items that are almost about to finish. for example. And with this one in the bottom here, you will be able to sort and only show any rarity, like only show me the legendary items, for example. And then here you can also fine tune, I only want to see blueprints, I only want to see resources, I only want to see cubies. And then if you already know exactly what you're looking for, let's say you're looking for a dog collar or dragon scales, then you can just search here and press this button here, and then it will just result with your search term. Okay, let's say I want to place a bid on this vampire Cubie blueprint. Whoa. So again, we have the same system where you can drag keys in to formulate your bid. The only difference now is you see actually your current inventory of keys below it, and you see the bid to beat. So we need to bid at least 115 blue key equivalent in order to place a successful bid on this vampire Cubie blueprint. So what I can do is I can just drag 115 blue keys on here, or I can, every time I drag a green key, this amount here will go up by 10 and so on. So let's say that I just did that. There we go, and I have 120, which is more than 114. So now the confirm button becomes available, and then if I tap on that, I am getting this screen here. You're about to bid on vampire Cubie blueprint with 120 blue keys equivalent. Then you just hit the confirm button, and boom, you placed the bid. Then of course that doesn't mean you have the item yet. Somebody else can outbid you, and if it's a hot item, it's more than likely that this will happen. Okay, and how do you know that? Well, the last button in the auction house menu is your active auctions. If you tap on that, you have two choices. This one will show a list of all your items that you have put up for auction, and this one will show a list of all items that you have a current highest bid on, and the items that you have been outbid on. Also, don't worry, if you get outbid on an item, you will get a in-game notification saying that you got outbid, so you can instantly go back and place a outbidder, right? Okay. Okay, that's the auction house pretty much, and the good news is we will activate it on Monday. So one more weekend of Coin Hunt World without the marketplace, but on Monday the whole game is gonna change. Alright, you guys ready for more?
Oh, before we go more,
Okay.
we got to 205 people
Already?
on the stream, so we're gonna have to give everybody a prize. We'll figure it out. Don't worry. We'll announce that in the Discord part of the Hunter's Lodge.
Okay, let's think about it. Alright guys, what's coming in August? Okay, so this is stuff that's a little farther away. Well, first of all, this is not so far away. This is actually next week. Next week we have a next Cubie in the shop, new shop drop. It's going to be an epic Cubie, which means there's only going to be 500 blueprints available. I am not going to show you what it is. I'm not even going to hint anything, but Blockboy, one of our top hunters and streamers, is going to reveal it on his stream tonight, I think like in 2 hours from now or something. Right? Okay. So if you want to see what the next shop drop is going to be, just tune in to Blockboy's stream and it will all be revealed. I think you guys are gonna like it. Alright guys, here we go. End of August anniversary event. Elemental Invasion. We will have 4 new Elemental Cubies. 1 common, 2 rare, 1 epic. So there should be plenty for everybody, different playstyles. And I guess you guys want to see them. This is the common one. This is the Air Elemental Cubie. The chat is delayed.
Yeah, it's delayed by like a minute, I think. So
Yeah. All right. What do you guys think is the next one? If this is the common one, which one is the rare? Which ones are the 2 rare ones? Yeah. Please, yeah. There we go. Next rare one is the Earth Elemental Cubie. So we're trying to push the boundaries here with these cubies because they're a little more off the norm than our regular cubies. So our artists have been having a lot of fun times making them. I've seen the animations and they're incredible. So I'm super stoked about this. I can't wait to unleash them on the hunters community. Another rare one, the water elemental. And of course that means that the last one, the epic one, it has to be fire, right? It has to be.
Yeah.
Boom.
That guy looks pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Got molten lava dripping off of him.
Yeah, that's pretty badass. Alright, what else do we have in August? We will have 50 new trivia categories, including some highly requested ones like cryptocurrency, history was also one, and toys and games. So yeah, we'll have a whole bunch of new trivia. Pretty much we are doubling our trivia database. So yeah, it's gonna be something.
Well, we've had so many people, like so many history nerds bragging about how good they were. So this is going to be really exciting to see if people are really going to tackle the history questions. So we'll see.
We'll see. Not only will we have new trivia categories, we will also have a completely new style of question. And that style is this. New question format. Picture trivia. Let's do a little interactive test here. So this is one of the questions that I pulled out of the database. What dish is shown below? Is it teppanyaki, sushi, dim sum, or shabu shabu? Okay, that was easier, guys.
I think the best guess was it's a banana.
Yeah. Let's give that guy some extra resin. Alright, here's another one in the technology category. What tech logo is shown below? Airbnb, Dropbox, MailChimp, or GitHub? This is a little harder.
No, it looks like we got a lot of programmers, so they all seem to know what this is.
Yeah, it doesn't look that hard. Okay, just one more then, just for fun.
I'm loving all the Neopets ones.
Yeah,
Brings me
Neopets. We're not, I don't know if everyone's old enough to remember what Neopets are.
There we go. This one is a little harder because you all have it wrong. Love it. Yeah, it's the Temple of Luxor. The Sphinx has his nose missing, remember?
Yeah. Nice work, Cosmo Barber.
Yeah, Cosmo Barber got it.
Who got it? Cosmo
Cosmo
Barber.
Barber.
Nice one. Good stuff.
Fire took a guess, so
No nose on the Sphinx. Yep, that's
Yeah.
it.
nice.
This was a little harder. So yeah, so you see, this is a completely new category. We have been working for months to to populate that database. It's a lot of fun to play, so I think you guys will really enjoy it. Okay, what else do we have? Alright, we're going to change the way the rewards work on trivia vaults. So the faster you answer trivia questions, the more crypto and the more leaderboard points rewards you will receive. Okay, so obviously from the get-go this game was designed to have a skill element to it. So the knowing trivia is the skill element. So Googling the answer obviously negates the fact that it's supposed to be a skill-based game. But we also don't want to, make a system where it's impossible to Google, because sometimes you just don't know the question, right? But we want to make sure that people who do know the question get rewarded compared to people who do not know the question. So you can still Google it, but it will be a lot. It will be a lot more efficient if you actually know the questions.
And I mean, you guys know that we haven't discouraged people from Googling or building question databases, because the whole point of this trivia activity is to get you to learn, right? To get you to interact with potential brands that we're going to put into the game, get you to learn interesting facts about your neighborhood. So we don't feel that Googling takes away from that experience, but we do want to reward the people who are actually learning and truly have like incredible trivia skill.
Yeah, and also if you don't know if you do not know the question and you Google it, then store it in your memory banks. Then the next time you can answer it super fast and you get the full rewards. Alright guys, let's talk about this. We're going to add new leaderboards. First is a big one. We will add regional leaderboards. Regional means, for USA means per state. So we'll have a Washington leaderboard, California leaderboard, etc. So if you want to be the #1 hunter in California, well, we kind of already know who's that going to be probably. In Nevada, yeah, then you will be able to see a leaderboard just for all the Nevada players, etc. And for Canada, it will be per province. Then we also have a referral leaderboard. Who is the person who managed to refer the most hunters to this game, which is obviously beneficial for everybody. We will also have a Cubie collector leaderboard. Who is the hunter who collected most cubies? Obviously in the beginning, over time we will keep doing events, we will keep having shop drops, so that leaderboard will take some time to mature and become really interesting, but I think a couple of years from now that leaderboard is going to be pretty cool. And then the last one is only possible because of the change we just announced with the quiz rewards, the Quizmaster leaderboard. So if you're a hunter, so you get more points on this leaderboard if you answer your questions very fast, so if you know the answer, and you get no points if it takes you 10 plus seconds to answer.
So this is we've been promising and talking about changes to the leaderboards, but this isn't going to be it. Obviously as the player base expands and we add more features and there's more styles of playing in the game, we're going to have more leaderboards. And of course, just like everything else in the game, we want feedback. So take a whirl at this for a few months. Let us know your feedback. And of course, those of you who feel like you have to move out of California to get out of Block Boy's radius, feel free to do that. Nevada's nice. Washington State's nice. A lot
Boise's pretty great.
Yeah.
There are options.
Yeah, there's you can go to Boise in Idaho. So there's a lot of places to live that don't involve competing with Block Boy.
Okay, we also have a quality of life update. There might be more added. It depends on how the development goes in the month of August. But it's definitely coming soon, and we're already working on a dark mode. So which is exactly what you think it is. It's if you hunt at night, now it's kind of bright, like a super bright beam of light blasting your eyeballs when you're playing Coin Hunt World at night. So this will definitely help with that. Probably helps with battery life too, so this is something that's coming. And then of course, also in August, we are dropping our first legendary Cubie blueprint. And in my opinion, I hate when games have legendary items and everybody has them. That's not legendary, so this one is going to be truly legendary. Okay, so first of all, there is only going to be one blueprint ever in existence of the entire game. So whoever has it, that becomes now the sole supplier of that Cubie. It will also be very expensive. So it will be put on the auction house during the elemental invasion, and the starting bid will be 2 purple keys. So you better be ready. It will also be very hard to print. There is nobody who has the resources to instantly print it if you get the... So you will need the auction house to get this bad boy printed. But legendary cubies have one thing very special. They each have a passive buff when equipped, and each legendary cubie has their own unique passive buff.
Yeah, this is going to be exciting, and we're excited to see how people are going to respond to the auction house. So, as Jeroen said, I think the reason we want to put in the auction house is because we don't want it to be a latency race to see who can buy it. We want it to actually be a fair way for the top players to acquire this thing.
Yep. Alright, also in August we are going to launch the beta version of our Coin Hunt merch store, and with a limited beta launch we will have really cool Coin Hunt World t-shirts and Coin Hunt World coffee mugs. Here we go.
It's coffee mug.
Let's see if the camera...
T-shirt.
Yep. Looking good. So you guys requested that a while ago, so we've been working on that, and it took us a while to get it right, but these look really nice, and I think you will all enjoy them, if you're into merch, of course. Okay. Okay, then let's move on a little bit deeper into the future, and I'm not going to say much about September, except one thing, which I kind of did last time, which is September and October. The focus there will be for us to upgrade our current user vault system to a system that is more fair towards rural versus city players. But I cannot say any details on it yet. It's too early, but that's going to be the focus from September, October moving forwards. But there is some other thing that's coming in September, which is we're going to launch in London. We will do a beta of the London city, followed by other major cities. So what's going to happen from September forwards, we will regular intervals start launching big cities across the world, right?
That's right. And to the degree that we can, we'll try to travel to some of these cities. You know, we had actually had this like really amazing plan for a global rollout, and then unfortunately COVID's kind of reared its head again, and some of the countries that we'd wanted to travel to were, you know, have stricter lockdowns than they had before. So we still plan to come and visit our players around the world, especially as their you know, the cities start to mature. But in the meantime, we're not going to slow the launch. We're going to keep expanding.
Yep. So we're coming to London very soon. UK hunters, get ready. Oh, wrong keyboard. Right, and then just to, you know, just a reminder, if you really like this game, the number one thing you can do to really help us out is to give it a nice review on the Google App Store. And that's it. So we'll see you all guys in 10 minutes on the Hunters Lodge channel on our Discord. If you're not on our Discord yet, you can scan this QR code here, and we will see you there in about 10 minutes. Awesome guys, thank you so much.
Alright, thanks guys.
Bye bye.
And Austin.
Hi,
Hi Falizar.
how's it going? I have a quick question about NFTs and kind of the situation that we have with the auction house. So I've been doing a lot of research as far as how many Cubies are being sold as for if they're epic, if they're rare, etc. You know, breaking down that the value of those. I wanted to kind of get a little bit more explanation of how you're keeping that value up with the NFTs and to how to ensure that, because if you start selling these, how is that going to keep that value? Does that make sense?
Yes, makes sense. So I think the way to look at it is like the blueprints give you the right to construct the cubies, right? But of course, if you don't have the resources, you can't construct them. So some blueprints are very low in quantity. But let's say the pirate cubie, 500 blueprints, right? In total will ever be sold for the pirate cubie. Which might sound like a lot right now, but if you imagine a couple of years from now and we have, you know, way more players, then only 500 players who can potentially construct a pirate cubie for the entire player base that wants pirate cubies is not that much if you think about it. The resources that go with it, they just have to they have to be gathered out of the game. So there is nobody can instantly discover somewhere 10,000 purple paint, for example, right? It's paint and other resources are always connected to time spent playing a game. So that's how we kind of balance that. There is always going to be a certain cost attached to any of the cubies because of the two-part system of resources that require time and a very limited supply of people who can actually make it. Hi, Taki Crypto.
Hey, Illusion. So my question is about auction house payouts. Are we going to be paid out in blue keys, which is what I know my hope and some other people's hope is, or are we going to be paid out in some different manner or combination of keys?
Whatever the highest bid is, minus the 10% auction house fee, that key value in blue keys will automatically be converted in the highest possible key combo, like it will be auto forged up, and that's the key you will receive. So it will be a combination of a couple of greens and blues and yellows, whatever, depending on what the actual amount is when you take off the 10%.
Hey, I'm just going to jump in here just to follow up on that. Can you confirm, so the 10% fee, that's going to come off the winning bid and not be stacked on top? Because I think before you mentioned it might be on top of the winning bid.
Yeah, that was actually wrong from me. It comes off the highest bid, so it's not on top of it. It comes out of the winning bid.
Hey again. So my question this time, we've talked about or I've seen it mentioned in Discord, the refill that is supposed to be coming up at some point in the future. Can you kind of talk about what that would entail or any possible timeline on when that might take place?
Yeah, so what happened is the current fill that happened for USA and Canada was done with their old map system. Since then, we moved on to a much better map system using Google data. But we have not done a refill yet. But what we will do is when we activate London, when we do the general fill of London, we will use our new data, and that will be our first test to see how that comes out and how does it compare to the old fill. And if it's better, or if we find a way to make it better than the old fill, then we might go back to North America and refill Canada and USA as well. But only if it's better for everybody, like if there is less vaults are inaccessible, and in general the places are just better.
Hello.
Hi, I'm V2K.
Hello. So I'm sure this is a burning question many people have. How much of a punishment do you get for answering slower? Like, what is the system for it?
I can't say that now because we're still tweaking it, but the next Hunter's Lodge, that you will have the answer to that question.
Hi there, Illusion.
Hi,
Question.
Empire.
I was wondering if there's any potential in the future for any like distance-based rewards, something like that. Like, because Pokemon Go has like an egg system,
Yes.
and I was wondering something about that.
Yeah, so what we want to do is we want to find a system where we can reliably track the amount of steps you take. And once we have that nailed down where we feel confident it's, we can actually do something with it, then there will definitely be some kind of rewards based on, your activity. Either it be walking or cycling. And the way I'm looking at it now, it's probably going to be tied into a daily quest system that we're working on.
Hello. So there was a mention on the stream about a reward if we get 200 viewers. So what was that about?
No, that's you.
All right, so we're gonna give everybody everybody in the game 5 blue keys, just to help us start testing out the new trivia categories, and also give you a little bit more ammunition for the auction house. But that's yeah, we'll start there and we'll see.
Yeah, and that's a lot of keys if you know how many players we have right now. So now the next question is going to be
players.
Hi there.
Hi.
My question, with those new categories being introduced, come happy hour, is it still going to be just one category that's boosted?
Yes, it's still going to be just one, but we are taking a look at it and we are testing it. So if it becomes, if it negatively affects happy hour, we might change happy hour a little bit. So we're really noticing that people are really enjoying happy hour, so we do not want to change that.
We should be able to look at the user base and see how many people are getting up out of bed at like 2 in the morning to play in happy hour, right?
Hi, Jason. I think you're muted.
Oh, we still can't hear you, Jason. Jason J.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh,
All right.
great.
Do you have a question, Jason?
No, I'm just listening.
Oh, okay. Oops. Hey, it was good talking to you anyway.
Another quick question was, I didn't hear anything about with the stream up or with the stream that you did, but is there any news as far as new yellow vault drops?
Yeah, so eventually we want to get to a system where the community themselves, like a group of local hunters, we want to give them the tools to come up with a great position for a yellow vault in their city, submit it, and just like user vaults, it would then get approved, and then you will have your yellow vault location. Well, obviously we'll have a Cubie crane first, but we kind of want to get to a system where the community themselves can suggest new spots for Cubie cranes.
Yeah.
It might, I mean, it's going to be a while before we get there, but probably before the end of the year.
Yeah. Like when I know there was a question before about like the fills and whether we're going to do new fills, but really I think what we want to get to is a system where the community develops the content themselves rather than rely upon us to create content. So as Jeroen mentioned, this is going to extend to yellow cranes. It's going to extend to things like upgrades to the user vaults that you yourself are going to be able to do on your user vaults. And, with the system that we're thinking about, it's going to require a lot of, it'll require some community interaction. I think you're going to coordinate with each other on how you want to upgrade your user vaults. And that's all we're going to say about that until the next Hunter's Lodge.
Hi.
Hey, Turtle.
I was reading through the chats. I saw that Coco mentioned that he wants to move away from key vaults. How would you plan to implement that?
Well, I think like Jeroen is saying, if we end up with a system where we can reliably track how people move, and we're sure that they're not cheating, then that could be one way to give out keys instead of having key vaults, right? Like the whole goal of our game is to make sure that we can reliably measure your activity, and if you're acting in a way that is positive for the community and positive for your neighborhood, then you get rewarded for it. So it's going to take, we're not going to make this change overnight. It's going to take some tweaking. Like a lot of things that we're doing, we talk to the community about it before we make some radical change. So this is going to be one of them. Like we're going to test and make sure that we can reliably measure movement. And once we can do that, then we'll start thinking about how to incorporate that in. I personally want to, like I said, fills are difficult. Getting them balanced everywhere is really hard. And, getting to a place where users can do, can develop the game content themselves is, I think, much more in line with how we want to scale this across the world.
Hey guys.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, two questions. One, I don't know if it was mentioned earlier. Just any updates on your headquarters being being an upgradable option?
Yeah, not yet. That's coming though. But I can't give any details yet.
Okay, and then second one was, I know I've asked this at the last Hunter's Lodge, was for us traveler folk for work. Any update on being able to collect the rewards from your HQ from a specific location if you're working on the road for a day or two?
Yeah, that one is definitely coming sooner. I'm pretty sure that will be in the game before the end of the year. Hello, Apollo. Hello, hello.
I'm wondering. Yeah, this shit's not working. I'm sorry. Hold on. All right. I'm wondering if you guys have any like ideas to implement something into the game that you're going to be able to like break down keys, like get 10 green keys from a yellow key or get 10 blue keys from a green key type of thing.
No, that's not on the roadmap right now. Hey, Chief Wood. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I'll wait.
Hold
No,
on.
you first, Chief Wood. Go.
My question was about the timed questions. I don't know if it's just my problem because I live out in the boonies, but I get a lag on almost every one of the questions I answer to where I'm holding down the button for an extended period of time. Is that going to be part of the timed issue?
Yeah, we're still testing with that. When you have that happen, like you're pressing the answer and nothing is happening, it means that your connection is very slow. So it depends on, you know, your strength in the region you're at. So the problem with that is that if you are living in a region where cell phone reception is on the slower side, it's really hard for us to do anything about that. So obviously we'll try our best to make sure that it's still fair for you. But we're going to need some tweaking and testing, and we're especially going to need some feedback from guys who live in areas like that to make that better over time. Hi, Amphi.
All right. Hello. So I have a question for, I think it's Nico, right? Is there any news on any new cryptos that are coming into ad?
So I think I'll let Bill speak more on this, but yes, kind of the biggest thing right now is we only can work with cryptocurrencies that are on Uphold. And we're in talks with a couple, more to come, but just stay tuned. That's all I can say for right now.
Yeah, I think we'll have more to announce the next Hunter's Lodge on this, but as of right now, I think there's going to be some new content popping up in October.
Hey guys.
Hi.
I was just wondering, with the addition of all the new categories, are you going to increase your options for what category you can pick? Like instead of say 3, make it 4 or 5?
That's a good idea. Right now, that's not the case, but you know, we kind of want to just see what happens when we introduce the new categories, and you know, we might add more choices later.
Yeah. I feel like what we need to do is everybody who bragged about how knowledgeable they are in history, we should just set their accounts so they only get history options.
Yep, love it.
And so you guys got to just watch what you wish for, and but we can see who really knows their stuff when it comes to history. Just for history question? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Lil Crypto. You're muted. And if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yes.
Cool. I got 2 questions. Are you guys going to improve the referral system to make it easier to refer people? And then the second question is, who won the bet for the $50 in Doge?
Man, I wish you didn't bring that up because I lost the bet.
Yeah. So Canada really stepped up, you know, despite the fact that there are definitely more players in the United States. Canadians are playing much harder.
Oh, I forgot the first question.
The first question was, I don't know, I forgot it. What was it? Do you remember?
Are you going to make it easier to refer people?
Oh,
yes. Actually, I think in this build or the next build, there will be a system where you can manually link a referral. if the QR code or the other link for some reason didn't work. So yes, that should be a big improvement. It acts like a backup plan. If the thing that normally should work did not work, you can use the backup plan to make sure it works.
Art Akulian. Very proud of his USA Cubie. Nice.
Nice.
We can't hear you, by the way.
Hello.
Yep.
Hey.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Going great.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
All right. First of all, I want to give you guys a lot of credit. You're geniuses. Thank you. Beautiful game.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
All right. I'm from Los Angeles.
I'm
and
sorry.
then we're doing good and everything. I have few things to ask you. The first one is about it connects to Buddy Quest. I was thinking if we're gonna do something, if we friend someone in the game, in the future, is it possible, like if we're friend with someone, we actually can have a like message chat with the guy, with a friend inside our game, not in Discord or Twitter, so we don't go around and look for that guy for like a week or so? Because I've seen a lot of people losing Body Quest because they cannot find the other guy.
Yeah. Well, so I think two things here. One is, you should curate your buddy list, right? So don't just add random people to it. Make sure.
Oh, we're doing that.
Yeah. Okay. So that's good. But the second thing is, we're probably not going to be adding, at least right now, there's not going to be a lot of messaging within the game. That it isn't a priority right now because we feel like building more features in the game or other features in the game instead of communication is going to yield better results for the entire community.
Yeah, I got it. It's kind of an extra headache, and I have a couple of IT friends. They told me they rather do something else than that. And one more thing, we'll talk about it later too. One more thing, one of the categories that maybe you add, we can add a crypto category. That would be super cool.
Yeah, one of the new categories that's coming with the next in August is cryptocurrency category. Hi, Rendigo.
You're on mute. Although I do have to give you props for your avatar. By the way, we're gonna have to wrap it up soon, so we'll do like maybe another 5 minutes. We'll go to about 5:10.
Hi, what?
I was just wondering if you were going to add more than a 3-category choice in the future with the new categories you're adding.
We might. That's something we haven't thought about. So, yeah, that's all I can say.
All right. Who's next?
Oh.
Hey,
boy.
what's going on? Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. So it's only appropriate that Art asked a Buddy Quest related question, being a fellow LA hunter, because my question was also about Buddy Quests. But more specifically, if you guys were thinking about adding additional ways that we can complete them, because I know, as you just mentioned, carefully curating your buddy list is a really important of having like a high success rate of completing them and completing them quickly. So it would be cool if the people who are friends with in real life and who you can actually easily communicate with and get these things done, it'd be cool if we got another option once we completed that initial one.
Yeah, our goal, I think as a goal, we want to move away from refining the buddy quests. Like the buddy quests is doing what it was intended to do, which is allow for, in COVID, allow for ways for the community to play together. But I think the gameplay that we're more interested in is building features that allow you to play together physically. So that was the original vision when Jeroen and I started working on this game. And I think the refinement that you're going to see on buddy quests and just buddy activity will revolve around you working together with people physically located with you. So walk around together, hunt together, do things together as a community. Hey, Trugoy.
Hey, Trugoy, another top player.
Hey, yeah, I was curious with the Twitter rewards changing, if you guys had thought about or if it was possible to have a way to have that option on every vault, but maybe enable and disable it as people want to take pictures or not.
Yeah, so the change we made, that's just a stepping stone to a much better system. So what I would like to have is like after you successfully solve a vault and you got all the rewards out of it, that you have one more screen that you can quickly exit out of. But in that last screen, you will be able to do a multitude of things. For example, you would be able to rate the vault location, and you would also be able to take a picture at that screen then. So it would be taken out of the flow of your reward boxes, and it will be added after.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep, hi Luz.
Hello. Is there any way that you guys can bring the wiki and the map, those awesome tools, into the game so I don't have to keep switching out?
No.
But they are awesome. If you don't know about these tools, like I look at the wiki all the time when I forget how the game works, or I'll look at the map quite often just to see where some of the more populated areas are.
Wait, what? You forget how the game works?
Sometimes I forget, like, certain parts of how it works.
Okay.
Hey again.
Hey.
My question, with the new leaderboards you're introducing, will there be any kind of monthly prizes for those leaders?
Yes. Will be announced next Hunter Lodge.
I think this is going to be the last question. So, Absalom, it's got to be a great one.
Oh, that's a lot of pressure. Well, I love the game. I just have a question about something Illusion Weaver said in the past. He says he thinks there is a yellow rain in each state. I was just wondering if you wanted to firm that up or not.
I said I think because I'm not sure.
See, Jeroen also needs to check the wiki. See?
Dang. The one thing I didn't know. No, I'll look it up. I'll look it up for you, and I'll let you know. I think most of the yellow. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, Renee will know. Renee, what's the answer?
Not every state has a yellow vault. The yellow vaults were a combination of where our user base was located combined with the population of various cities. So it was kind of an approach like that. So no, not every state.
Yeah.
But I think when we get to the point as our user base grows, we want to make sure that there's a certain minimum population in a city before our vault gets placed.
Sounds like we need to have more yellow vaults then.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you so much for coming. It's Hunter's Lodge number 2 in the books, and can't wait to see you guys all on the next one. And I'm very curious to see what happens on Monday when we open up the auction house.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.